The hardest part of getting away from your legacy environments has got to be printing. You have to untangle a web of print servers, cables, and queues, and not to mention a rotten list of GPO spaghetti, and go through driver hell. And if you think you're drowning in help desk tickets now, just wait until you touch your printing. But I'll show you in less than 10 minutes how AVD and Win365 teams are migrating off of their legacy systems while keeping all the features and performance that we all need, while staying compliant, crushing support tickets, all without ruining your weekend. Here in the Azure portal, click Create and search for Vasion Print. And special thanks to them for partnering with us for this video. The mistake that most teams make is trying to rebuild their old print server environment just in the cloud. That gets really expensive, and you don't need all that, because the real magic is in SaaS. No print servers, no back-end plumbing. You just click subscribe and you select how many print queues you need. Then you pick your subscription resource group and you give it a name and scroll down. And you've got your plan info here that you can review, and you can look at all of the other options right here. And the more print queues you need, the cheaper the price, which is really cool. On the next screen, you just add your tags like every Azure expert will, and then you click subscribe. Here you'll want to configure your account, and you can just click the autofill here to make it easy, pick your account that you want to use, and this account does need to have global admin rights because you're going to be granting consent. Then click accept. Just make sure that your details here are all correct and complete the registration. And you can see what you've built in the portal by just typing SaaS in the search, and then you can click your app. And that's where you can change any of the details if needed. Once that's all done, you'll get an email from Vasion with your URL, which will look something like this, and you just replace the tenant name with your name that you picked. And the first thing we need to do here is to set up your printing cloud. So go ahead and click print on the left. And then we've got your company name. So click that, give it whatever name you like, and click save. Now we've got the company at the top, and we can start setting up all of your structure. We do that by clicking new and select folder. And your structure could be geography, site, buildings, floors, subnets, however you want to do it. You just give it a name and then click add, and then you repeat for your whole layout. And then you can drag and drop folders around as needed. Next, we need some drivers, and this is one of the coolest features. You click Tools and then Driver Profile Repository. You click to upload a new driver and just browse to your files, select the INF, and then it'll import the make and model for that printer. Click Next, and the OSs are auto-detected, which is very nice. And then you click Upload, and then just rinse and repeat for all of your other drivers. Now, driver updates are a massive pain because you have to go to every system and push out all of the drivers, or heaven forbid, do it manually. But here in the admin portal, all you need to do is click Replace Driver. Then you browse for your driver files just like before, and it gets updated everywhere at once. And since all of the clients will auto-sync in the background, they get it too without you doing anything. So speaking of your clients, there's a bunch of ways to get them deployed. And since you have AVD and Win365, you're already using Nerdio Manager, and we can do this with scripted actions. Here on my public GitHub, I've got a repo here for Nerdio, and I've got this script. And it's got 3 parameters. The URL is the same URL of the portal that we were just looking at, and then we're going to need an auth code. For that, you go to Tools, and then Tokens, and Authorized Devices. Set your expiration length however you like it, and then click Generate. And copy this code because we're going to need it. And we also need the path to our MSI file, and which you could download by going to Tools, Settings, Client, and then scroll down to the deployable packages, click and download the MSI and stage it on whatever file server you want. Or the script by default will pull it off of the cloud. Now, to use this script in Nerdio Manager, we need to import the repo. And we do that by scrolling down on the left and going to Settings, and then Environment, and the Integration tab. Scroll down for the script repositories, and then link a new one. You can pick your services here as GitHub in this case. Then you just put in the name of the GitHub account, and then the repo name. And then down here, if you have subfolders, you have to add those with a slash and then the folder name and then the branch. And we want PowerShell and the Windows scripts. And then to see everything that you've imported, go to the automation section on the left and scripted actions, and then click on the search and search for Vasion. And there you go. Now with that done, we can first take care of our images by going to Desktop Images on the left, find your particular image, click the three dots, and then click Run Script. Search for Vasion, select that, and then open the Parameters section. Then type in the details for your admin portal URL, as well as your auth code, and if you want to, your path. Otherwise, it'll just pull it down from the cloud. Then just click Run Now. This will power on your imaging VM and install the Vasion client for you, and then sysprep and capture as a new image version. And that takes care of all of our new system builds, but what about existing systems, like your cloud PCs or your personal hosts? Those users can go to the Vasion self-service portal, which will install the browser extension first and then the Vasion client. But that's not going to work for AVD hosts. But you can go back into Nerdio and click the three dots on your pool, and then go to Hosts and select Run Script. Search for Vasion just like before and give it the same parameter answers. And with all of our clients pushed out and our structure prepared, now we need some printers. And I'll show you how to do that complete migration in just a minute. Just click New or right-click on a folder where you want to add it and select New TCP/IP Printer. Give it the name and the local IP and a location. And now you can select the drivers, or even click here if you need to add additional drivers. And then you're done. But getting these printers into Vasion doesn't deploy them automatically to the users. For that, we've got some options. IT can push out all of the printers automatically, or users can go to the self-service portal, which is cool, I'll show you that in a second. Or we can do some kind of combination of the two without needing complex GPOs. Now your print admins can just click the Deploy tab, then go to the top right and click Add. And then you can pick from Active Directory, IP range, MAC address, and more. In AD, you can just pick the users, computers, or groups that you want to target, and then it gets pushed out to them automatically. And if you're already using group membership to manage all of your users, then you don't actually have to do anything.
Wait, what do you mean?
Because the users or computers that are in those groups will automatically inherit the printers. Now you can also do this by subnet, which is really nice. You just give it a name and you put in your range, and then on the Deploy tab, select the printers, and then when a computer joins that particular subnet, they just get the printer. So think about users with laptops going from their dock onto their Wi-Fi, or people who float between offices. Wherever they go, the printer is already installed and waiting for them. And on the user side, this is, I think, one of the coolest features here in the self-service portal, where you can upload a floor plan and then place the printers around the floor. And then users can just click the printer they want and it will install and they're ready. You can also set up secure printing with badges and pins to release the print jobs. Now there's a whole lot more that you can customize, and for more details on that, you should contact Vasion directly so that they can help you, and that's linked in the video description. Now let's move on to our last section, migration. You've been using a huge Citrix environment for years, but leadership has decided that the renewal costs are just way too high. So you began migrating over to Azure Virtual Desktop, and because you're one of the smart people, you're managing it all with Nerdio. And here's our migrated pools. And since we built this from our updated image, the Vasion client is already pushed out and waiting for us. So all we need to do is migrate the dozens of print servers and a whole pile of print queues before the end of the day. So all you need to do is go to Tools, then click Import Export. And we've got multiple options. If you have a Microsoft print server environment, click here, and then you can select them through Active Directory or over the network or by direct IP and hostname. Then you just select what you need and you select the destination on the right, and then you click the arrow to import, and everything is migrated over for you. No extra configuration needed. Now, another option is using the data manager. To do that, you'll need a spreadsheet formatted like this so that we know where everything is supposed to go. And then we use the insert action, and the data type is TCP/IP printer. You pick your format, click go, and click the upload button and give us the spreadsheet. Then we just click import, and Vasion takes care of mapping all of the printers to all of the folders and moving all of the queues exactly as you want them. And then you can go ahead and decommission your old environment whenever you're ready. Now, the printing hell that you have lived through for years wasn't your fault. It was the best that legacy could offer. But with Vasion and Nerdio, you can relax in your new VDI printing paradise. But there is one other thing that you do need to fix right away with this video.